reading a little bit here in my library. Well, we document the Brave Destiny show in its entirety. How you doing? I'm Terrance Lindall, the master of Brave Destiny. What's up, Ted?
Everything's good.
Good.
Getting a lot of moments out there.
Yeah, it's quiet. We are actually, Ted, the documentary fellow, and I are here alone in this great building, which is filled now with ghosts of the nighttime. And Ted has the full range of operations here. So enjoy the ghosts.
Thank you. Let me just, as we have a moment, let me ask you, as this seems to be a topic of a notion of discussion.
Yeah.
How do you perceive this surrealist show to impact on the world of surrealism, and what do you consider to be, if any main differences between what brand of surrealism or this surrealism that's happening now is, I don't know, any different from any that's happened in the past, or maybe will happen in the future?
Well, yes, there's no doubt that the surrealists of today differ from the surrealists of yesteryear, going back to the early part of the 20th century. I mean, artists always do reflect the time in which they live, but, however, they have to build upon the foundations of the past. So you will see in the art of now both a reflection of a derivation of the past, plus an envisioning of the future, and a reflection of our time and the events that occur now. You'll see a bit of high technology in the art, as well as some archetypal images that have been constant through human history. So, indeed, it's continuing flowering of the notion of surrealism, and we haven't reached the end of that yet. I don't think we will ever reach the end of it, because the human mind and its imagination continues to flower and grow as we experience new things, as science develops, as we begin to see new planets, things like that. So there is not an end to surrealism. People keep talking about the death of painting, the death of sculpture, the death of art. I don't see that at all. I think that's a silly notion raised by philosophers and art critics and art writers who probably despair at the absurdity of a lot of the art in the contemporary arts world, especially the mainstream art world. But we in the surrealist, visionary, fantastic genre don't feel that way at all. The world is wonderful to us, and it continues to flower and open and grow. It's a wondrous genre, which has hope for the future. And a lot of the art today in the galleries does not reflect that hope.
This show has been a particular success, has it not, in bringing together a large amount of surrealism at the same time that made it a noticeable impact?
Yes, it's going to have a very noticeable impact. As a matter of fact, people are saying this show is actually seminal. It's a rebirth of surrealism. A lot of the artists in this show, particularly the ones that the Waugh Center brought on board to bring together with the English show, a lot of these artists thought they were working in isolation, because they live in New York, some of them, or even in other parts of the United States, where there's only the contemporary mainstream art world, the 1960s postmodernism, and they thought they were working in isolation. And they're so surprised to see that there are thousands, possibly hundreds of thousands of artists around the world working in this genre very seriously, producing great work. So it's opened up the hearts and minds of a lot of people, and this show will have great impact throughout the first part of the 21st century, for sure. No doubt about it.
And this show is a part of a whole fabric of movement of surrealism in the world. There are other shows that coincide with this.
Well, yes, we have a 10-museum traveling show in Australia, and we know that the Japanese working in Japan anime, are very much a part of our movement too. Of course, all throughout Europe, they still respect the surrealists, the visionaries, fantastic artists. It's not true in the United States. They don't respect it at all in the mainstream art world. But I think tastes are changing, and we do believe that we're going to have a major impact on art in the 21st century.
Piece of work that has participated in this.
I don't have the slides from the